Welcome to this week's episode of Thinking Thursday, brought to you by Social Justice as a Spiritual Practice. We're honored to be your guide on this journey where spirituality meets social change as we explore ideas that inspire growth, connection, and mindful action. SJSP is proud to be the first digital, inclusive social justice religion, offering a new path for those seeking to align spirituality with justice and equity. The politics of sound. Who controls the frequencies we live in? We often think of sound as neutral, a backdrop to life, a passive element in our environment. But sound is never neutral. It's curated, weaponized, monetized, and distributed unevenly. In this episode of Thinking Thursday, we're going deeper into the frequencies that define our lives and asking a provocative question: who controls them? Whether we realize it or not, the soundscape we live in is shaped by systems of power. Consider the neighborhoods adjacent to highways, railways, or industrial zones. These are often low-income, historically marginalized communities where noise pollution isn't just inconvenient, it's a public health crisis. Chronic exposure to disruptive frequencies is linked to higher rates of stress, cardiovascular issues, sleep disorders, and cognitive impairment. This is not accidental. This is zoning policy, redlining history, and acoustic inequality, playing out in hertz. And then there's the soundscape of surveillance and control. The sirens that trigger a trauma response, the alarm tones in institutions, the carefully engineered background music in corporate spaces to guide behavior and productivity. Sound becomes a tool of compliance, a signal for when to move, where to go, and how to feel. In these cases, the frequency isn't just about decibels, it's about power. Even the global standard of 440 Hz is not without politics. Some argue that its adoption was driven not by resonance with the human body, but by a desire for technical uniformity, perhaps even manipulation. Alternative tunings like 432 Hz or 528 Hz are often dismissed as pseudoscience, despite centuries of spiritual and indigenous traditions validating their healing properties. So we must ask, who gets to decide which frequencies are legitimate, and who benefits from those decisions? The politics of sound extend to platforms too. What's amplified, what's censored, what's viral. Even silence in some cases is a luxury. The ability to retreat into a quiet space, to reflect, to recalibrate, is a form of privilege many don't have access to. Meanwhile, others must fight just to be heard, literally. Sound, like language, can liberate or oppress. It can heal or divide. It can bring coherence or create distortion. And if we don't become conscious of the frequencies we're surrounded by, we risk internalizing a world we didn't choose. That about does it for this week's episode of Thinking Thursday. If this message resonates with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires growth, spiritual connection, and mindful action. Thanks for watching.